Good morning. You guys are so good to me. This is Walking with Jenny, episode 2. And the reason why you're so good to me is you guys left the best comments on what you would do if you had more time freedom. So I'm going to pick a winner for an Amazon gift card, or you guys tell me if you guys want a coupon code to one of my courses. I will do that. Okay. So what I want to talk about today is your book income. You're hiring someone to understand your book income. I recently hired my first CPA. I've been using my royalties from my books. We bought a rental property. Okay, so it's getting, our real estate portfolio is growing now. We have 3 houses, and we're going to try to do 4 or 5. So it's our first time really in this realm of having another rental property in the state we live in. We have some that are out of state. So we needed someone that could help us with that. It was also my first year having a book income stream that was large, right? So for 2022, I did about $34,000 in book royalties. That was my first year on Amazon. The 2021, I was just publishing. My first book went live January 2022, right? So with this new income stream, like, royalties is kind of a weird thing to tax. So we decided, let's hire a CPA. Let's hire someone that has more experience with us than us. That's why you hire an expert, right? So I met with her before 2023, and I was like, I have always done taxes myself, but it's getting more complex and I need the support and I want to learn XYZ or whatever. She's like, okay, great. So get set up, send all my documents in, and it just became a nightmare because, well, it's important that I should have interviewed more. I should have done my homework more. I'm letting the garbage man pass. It's so noisy. I should have did my homework more. I think that publishing on Amazon KDP is so niche that, like, me finding somebody in my city that deals a lot with book royalties as a CPA is really niche. Like, I don't even know if it's like a thing, and if it is, maybe it's like pennies, right? So that was something new for this CPA, but they didn't like completely disclose it in that way. They were just like, oh yeah, we'll figure it out. So turn in all my paperwork. One of our mortgages was sold to another company, and so that made it really tricky. There's a big garbage truck coming. I'm gonna pause so you guys don't have to deal with it. Okay, so I uploaded our mortgages sold to other mortgage companies. So when that happens, you get new forms, new tax forms, and it just gets a little more sticky with the paperwork. So we just felt peaceful about hiring it out. But come to find out, we uploaded all the paperwork, and the CPA she wasn't on time. And we've never filed an extension for our taxes. Like, that's makes me really uncomfortable. I want to get it done early. That's why I met with her early, because I didn't want that to be a problem. And so doing that, she kept asking us, like, I need this form, I need this form. And by March, I was like telling my husband, like, I sent all the forms. I've sent everything in. So what is going on? And had to go in and sit down with her. And she was wrong. She didn't specifically apologize for not understanding. And this is after taxes are due. Okay, so like my husband comes with me and we just kind of talk to her about like what the expectation is. And she kind of talks about bookkeeping, which is like what I asked her for in December. But it's almost like maybe she has too many clients or she didn't understand the type of service that I wanted. I asked her about like monthly services to understand the tax process better. But she was like, let's just get through this and then we will worry about that later. And I'm like, she's the expert. Anyway, so she continues to ask for documents that we already had submitted. And it was just a really bad experience. The taxes are now done. It's August. And I just walked past a bus stop with teenagers and they were hollering. So maybe they should be in the next Walk with Jenny video. So it was just a really bad experience. And I'm talking to you about this because when you start building your book income stream, it's okay to interview people to make sure they understand the process that you're going through. Because ultimately, I want to use more of my book income stream to buy more rental properties. And I need to do it in a way that is smart, right? So there's a couple people that I know that do this really well. I know a tax lady that does it. And when I reached out to her, she said, come see me when you're making 50K net profits a month. So I'm like, okay, that's a good goal. So there's just been so much with that it can be kind of daunting, right? When you're starting out, and it was my first year with a book income stream. With actual, is this a Schedule E? Is it a Schedule C? And if you're not in America, you're probably like, this is way easy for us in our country. Then I think that's awesome. So there's just a lot of learning. And I'm sharing that with you because people ask me that on my channel. People ask me, how do I do this on my taxes? And I'm not a tax professional. I'm just a girl that's trying to crack the code for Amazon KDP, right? So that's been a huge learning experience. You guys know from the last walk with me, I talked about doing a live webinar. It's called a perfect webinar, and there's a format that you use. And so I'm doing that this week. And there's a really interesting framework to it. And I wish I could show you this person's house because they have the best little garden ever, like just tons of flowers. Anyways, and so it's really like providing value for people on the presentation and then pitching an offer. And I'm going to do more videos on this because this has been my background since 2019 when I started learning online marketing. So I started reading all these books, started learning from all these people. And one person that I started learning from was a man named Russell Brunson. And I'll put his books in the comments. He has free books that you pay the shipping for. The shipping's a little bit more expensive because it covers the whole cost of everything. But the books that changed my life, there was one called .com Secrets. And it's about running a business online and finding people. And then the other one is Expert Secrets. And it's how to create a movement. And there's obviously people around me that are really good at this. And I'm learning so much. But I've been in this space for, 4 years, that it was time to kind of level up, like implement my knowledge, because I've been learning about it for so long. And so in this community that Russell Brunson runs, he has a conference called Funnel Hacking Live, and it's every year in September in Orlando, and he awards everybody that made $1 million in their business that year inside of a sales funnel, and his software is called ClickFunnels. So he teaches how to build a funnel, right? How to talk to your people, how to raise awareness for that funnel. And so that's the journey that I started. I've had a funnel in 2019. It was a $27 offer. It was about how to be authentic online. And I was able to grow that funnel to $30,000 in 40 days with Facebook ads. So doing that, it's very dark. very bright now, right? With the shadows. Doing that transformed me, gave me the experience of like, oh wow, you can make money online. And since then, I have floundered, to be honest with you. I have done lots of different little things. I was still doing wedding photography. So I wasn't able to like emotionally fully commit when I had my hands in all these different things, right? Like I was doing gamification coaching that's helping your course get built out really well, where people go through it and they stay. And I was also shooting weddings. So I haven't shot a wedding since March of 2022. It was an Indian wedding. It was amazing. I love it, but I don't miss it. It's fun, but it's not something that it keeps, anyways. So now I'm working on this webinar that I'm going to do for the second time on Thursday. And this is really my purpose, I think, is helping people monetize their skill sets. So because I just spent 18 months on Amazon KDP, I've learned enough, right? Growing that little income stream to 34 grand. And as of today, we're at 71 grand for lifetime. So that's money that can change your time freedom, right? And that's the whole point of why I make YouTube videos. Why I take you on walks with me. Do you know, like, sometimes I want to ask people to go on walks with me? And then other times I love going by myself. But I kind of think walking with you is probably perfect. And I need to figure out how to do it live stream. And maybe put a whole, like, GoPro on my head, Like the dad in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, where he's looking in the backyard with the kids and he has this microscope going over his head. Anyways, so that's what I'm working on. I also wrote down some stuff that I didn't want to forget to tell you. Okay, so I've told you about the taxes. I've told you about researching and interviewing a CPA because, she told me her fee and it was actually double than that. And she said it was like my fault. It's just really bad, like treat people good. Anyways, okay, so I've told you all the things that I had on my notes. The last part is that you don't have to do stuff alone. Like that's the great thing about us coming together on YouTube is that there's other people that are working to build passive income and that they have bigger goals for themselves that bless themselves, bless their family, and help transform what they're doing in life. So I wanted to, if you want to see me do the perfect webinar, then you can come to this call on Thursday. It's jennyhansenlane.com/learn. And I'll be taking people through the process of how I made 6 figures on Amazon KDP without hiring a publisher and without being a savvy writer. I do want to be a savvy writer, and tomorrow I'm meeting with a book coach, and he gave me this formula for an outline that is like nothing I've ever done before. So I need to get better at writing. I have a lot of writing goals, but I think there's a lot of resistance because it could be really cool. So I'm working on fighting that resistance. And I got invited into a community tomorrow to teach a bunch of women about Amazon KDP. So I'm very excited about that, to let them know like there's this little world. And the reason why I'm such a big advocate on sharing my knowledge is because I don't believe that money is really like a pie. I follow this lovely guy who was also coached by Russell Brunson. His name is Myron Golden. And he talks about money like a garden. And it makes the most sense. He teaches a lot from the Bible, which is really fun, but he teaches that, you know, it's not a pie. You're not taking a piece of the pie. You are burying a seed and you're nurturing the seed to grow. And that's really what it's about when we're trying to create more time and freedom in our life, is there is enough room for everybody. So I love sharing because I believe that you have a skill set that is unique to you with your particular perspective and outlook on it. And you could say that about me too, right? Like, how many people do you know that have a YouTube channel that are primarily stay-at-home mom, the son, that do KDP, that got their account suspended and reinstated, that hit 11 grand a month, like all these little things that make up our channels. We're not really competing with each other, because we're all different. We all offer different things. And that is how you'll really be able to lean into an abundance mindset, is knowing that you bring value and it has nothing to do with anybody else, what you bring. And other people's opinions about you are none of your business. It's their business. It's their energy and space. And so all you can really focus on is your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, right? And we know from science that your actions are predicated off of your thoughts, and your thoughts come from your feelings. So, and a lot of times our thoughts are just our perspective on the situation. And sometimes we don't assess that correctly, you know? There's just so many things that go into it that we really can't make a snap judgment all the time if we're not in the right headspace. So it is morning. Have you guys read the studies about walking out in the sunlight? That's what we're doing. I was going to walk with you earlier when I dropped the kids off on the bus stop, but it was dark outside. And I was like, is this creepy to be in the dark with my YouTube people? Anyway, so we're hitting Q4. We're getting ready to see these things online where your sales will go up when you sell books. And I love that. I'm really working on being better at my writing articles on medium.com. And I'm launching a coaching program. This is the second time, and I need to sit down and document the first time, because I regret doing that. I feel like you'll never be able to document enough in your life. Like, there will always be something to do and document, you know? So anyways, come to the training if you're interested in not doing things alone, or if you want to learn the method, the bankable book method. And if you have any questions, it's a live event, so there's going to be coaching. And let me know in the comments if you guys would rather have one person have an Amazon gift card, or you guys get a coupon code for one of my courses. And I will put it in the comments too. There we go. So also for episode 3, let me know what you're interested in. If you're interested in the results of the webinar on Thursday, if you are interested in what, if you're not doing KDP, what's your thing? What's your skill set that you're doing? Because as I mentioned before, like I started with learning marketing. Like, I built sales funnels. I know how to write emails. I know how to do email sequences. I know how to build a course. So these are all the things that I did before I took a quick break and started publishing on Amazon. And so now it's all coming together by teaching people how to do it, right? And I have the skill set to take people through the journey. So part of me is like, want to focus on so many different things, but that's not going to be helpful to other people, right? We just need one income stream to really take off for us to hit our goals, and then we can work on others. And so that's kind of what I've done, is after proving that you can make money on Amazon KDP, you know, the first year was 30 grand, 34 grand. The second, right now we're at 36. I didn't double it like I thought. I still have 3 months. I create less books than I ever have because I'm helping other people create books. And I feel peaceful about that. So figure out what that skill set is for you and how you can start building that skill set. Because once you have the skill set, it's monetizable, right? So let's just work this out really fast. If you learn how to publish on Amazon KDP, what is this skill set? Keyword research, book creation, ads, marketing, like all those things. So you learn that, and either you build yourself an income stream, or now you have a marketable skill set to help other people do so. So there really is no bad side. It seems like it's a win-win all around, because when you have skill sets, you never have to worry about how to make money, because you know how to help somebody get unstuck. And the whole truth of the matter is that people don't want to do it alone. And I love YouTube. That's the great thing about going and finding people online and doing things with other people. But as things change so quickly online, it's nice to be with someone that is in the trenches of it. Even just things like the new AI update that we talked about, and what are the best practices to get to a point where you're doing AI generative or AI assisted, and figuring out how you want to position yourself in the marketplace while using AI. And there's some coaches, there's some people on YouTube that teach KDP that aren't currently publishing. So a lot of them have really big followings, and I think that's incredible. But they might not have the first-hand experience of, like, oh, I didn't click AI generative because of this, you know. So I think you want to watch Danny on Demand for sure, because he is really figuring out how to incorporate AI generative and AI assisted. And he always gives good content. So that's my message for you today, is research. Here's the garbage man. Okay, note to self. Don't walk on garbage day. The garbage men are like, what is she doing? And same with the teenager kids. But it's okay. I'm doing the cringe, and the cringe is putting yourself out there to be vulnerable, to be authentic, to be raw. Oh, did I tell you guys I was gonna hire a YouTube coach? Do you want to do a Walk With Me YouTube coach episode next? I kind of had a feeling I was gonna get the feedback that I got. This was in July, but if you want to know, like, about growing YouTube, this person has a massive following, and I was like, this would be cool, because I love YouTube. And honestly, you guys, I regret not publishing on YouTube earlier because of the community, because of all the people that I meet. It's probably one of my favorite platforms, and I wish that I could do more on it. I mean, I am gonna do more. Okay, so yeah, let me know if you want feedback on me searching for a YouTube coach. I have a friend, she has 120,000 followers, and she has like 100 videos. And we're just different channels, you know? They teach different things. So I just really want to grow organically, and I want people to know who I am. And I want people to trust me, because I am a disarming. My first company I created was Disarming Honesty. So I love that authenticness Man, these shadows, I gotta come out earlier or later. It's busy today. Can you hear that music? Okay, so next episode, you guys let me know if it's gonna be Walk with Jenny, YouTube, hiring a YouTube coach. I'm actually not quite sure because am I ready? Maybe? I don't know. So thank you for always being here with me, and do not hesitate to ask questions about things, because it can be so alone to try to figure things out by yourself, and it doesn't have to be that way. Love you guys. Peace out.